And I'm back with another video. Today is March 27th, 2012. I wanted to take my time to go ahead and talk about the 3DS. It's been exactly 1 year today since the 3DS launched. I wanted to talk about all of the things that happened in 1 year. I'm going to go ahead and not do my whole collection, but talk about the 10 games I was most excited for the system. These 10 games were in fact a system seller for me. Not all 10 have been released, only 7 have. I wanted to go ahead and talk about the hardware itself, some of the controversies behind the 3DS, with examples of the peripherals that have been added for the system, as well as the $90 price drop which led to the Ambassador program this year. I wanted to take a look at the hardware, some of the updates that have changed the system over the last 12 months, and really just take an overlook of what I think about the 3DS 12 months later. The thing I wanted to touch on was the Nintendo 3DS launched at a price point of $249.99. Within 6 months of the launch of the system, due to problems with hardware sales, Nintendo went ahead and dropped the price by $90. Nintendo did decide to come out with a program called the Ambassador program, which gave access to people who had adopted the system early 10 NES titles selected by Nintendo and 10 Game Boy Advance games that they said will not be available on the eShop, specifically the Game Boy Advance games. I did download all 10 games. I do like most of the games in the list. I think they could have done a little bit better job, but you know what? I'll take free games any time of the day. The system itself, the system has changed out of the box in the last 12 months. It's had 2 major updates. It's added software like SwapNote. It has gone ahead and added the eShop, which wasn't available on launch, and there are now software titles that you can download. I'm quite happy with the changes that have been made. I've downloaded lots of software for my system, and I quite enjoy it. They've also updated the Find Me and the Puzzle Quest. As for some of the other features the Nintendo 3DS came with, it came with augmented reality. Each 3DS came bundled with AR cards, which is our pack of 6 cards here. And the AR cards, for the most part, were only used for built-in mini-games on the system, with the exception of Nintendogs plus Cats. I think that's the only game I actually pulled my AR cards out for. However, Kid Icarus Uprising did release recently with the use of all of these AR cards, which some of you have seen. The game came with 6. There's been some pre-order bundles, some have been sent from Nintendo, etc. I wanted to take a look at some peripherals for the system. Now, one of the things that made me really happy, and this is probably my favorite thing about the Nintendo 3DS, and that is the Nintendo 3DS Cradle. Now this cradle is designed that you just put your 3DS on it and it charges. I know it seems really simple, but to have this be bundled in with the system for free was really great. It's probably one of my favorite things. I really enjoy the cradle. I'm glad they bundled it in. I don't have to mess around with cords. I can just drop my 3DS down. I know it's going to charge and it's fine. Some of the more controversial peripherals is this here, which is the CirclePad Pro. The Nintendo 3DS did not come packed with dual analog. CirclePad Pro uses RF for dual analog motion. Right now there's 2 games that I play that use this, Resident Evil Revelations and of course Kid Icarus Uprising. For Kid Icarus, because I'm left-handed, I use the CirclePad Pro on this side to control pit and then the stylus for targeting. And I'm able to shoot using the trigger buttons, which is nice. And then the last peripheral, which came bundled with Kid Icarus, for in the event you are right-handed, to properly play the game, Nintendo realized that, well, you know what, we're going to need something to help support players play this. And they came out with the 3DS stand. Now, the cradle was free, the 3DS stand was free, but the CirclePad Pro had a retail value of $19.99, and it also requires 1 AAA battery. So I'll show you the 3DS stand here, and that is this. And then you just place your Nintendo 3DS on it, and you're able to play the game. Speaking of games, let's talk a little bit about games. There were 10 pieces of software that were system sellers for me. These were games I heard about at E3 or on the Nintendo channel, or that I knew were coming before the 3DS launched. I own 7 of them, and there are 3 that are still unreleased. The first one being Animal Crossing for the 3DS. This is a game I cannot wait for. Second being Luigi's Mansion 2. I'm very much looking forward to this. And the third one being Paper Mario for the 3DS. As of today, those games still have not released. There was some concern about launch windows and timing, and I really expected that the first year all 10 of these games would be released, but I'm happy with the 7 out of 10 that I received, and I'll go ahead and talk about those now. So the first game that I was really excited about on launch was Pilot Wings Resort. I knew this was going to be a launch game. I do very much enjoy this game. It has a lot of replayability to get higher scores, and it can be brutally hard at times. The next game is Steel Diver, which comes with some controversy. Some people say that this is light or thin on content, and that the concepts in this game don't carry it well. I tend to disagree because it does exactly what it says it's going to do, which is be a submarine simulator. If you read the back of the box, or you look in the game, or you look at reviews of the game, some people were unnecessarily harsh. Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. This is a promo box. That's why you see the sticker there. But really, really awesome game. I got this box from a friend of mine, and I love the foil cover, so I actually switched out my original. But this I was actually expecting to be a launch game. It was not, but when it did come out, I did thoroughly enjoy it. It is a beautiful remake of the game. It has one extra boss raid mode, as well as it includes Master Quest. Star Fox 64 3D. This game was, in fact, a disappointment for me. It is a great Star Fox game, but many of the promotional commercials, as well as advertising for this game, showed video chat. Now, the game does in fact have video chat in it for multiplayer play, but I believe that this advertisement led to a lot of people believing the game would have online multiplayer. It does not. It has local video chat only. I don't know why you would need to look at video of your friends that you're in the same room with to play this game. This game does suffer from not having a multiplayer mode online. It's a short game. I've played it for 2 hours and 14 minutes, and that really is the most that I've gone ahead and played it. Super Mario 3D Land. Awesome game. It really is one of those Mario games that just makes you smile. It's perfect, in my opinion, in every way. It does what it set out to do, which is be an excellent Mario game for the system. It's not a rehash of any previous Mario games. It's completely new. Some people complain that it is easy. The first mode certainly is easy, but there are special missions, and I really very much have enjoyed my time with this game. Mario Kart 7 is one of my most played games on the system. The reason this game is so successful is because of online multiplayer. And then the last game that came out recently was Kid Icarus Uprising. This game I have played single player for 5 chapters now. Really good story, but for the most part I love it for the online. I've played more online than story mode. And the online on this is also what really makes this game. Okay guys, so I wanted to take a look at my playtime from my first year with the system. So in 2011 I played for 233 hours and 17 minutes, with my most played game being Mario Kart 7. And for 2012 I played for 186 hours, with my most played game being Mario Kart 7 at 129 hours in this year. So I've gotten just about over 400 hours of gameplay out of the system in its first year, and those are with the titles that I own. I think it's an excellent system. If you haven't checked it out, you're missing out. It's one of the best handhelds, in my opinion, ever made. I very much enjoy the 3DS. Don't listen too much about what you hear about the complaints about it. I think a lot of people nitpick it, and it's a lot of fun. And as for anyone who gave a 5 out of 10 to Kid Icarus Uprising, they're wrong. I will go ahead and do a review of that game, as well as some of the others you see here. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Nintendo 3DS in its first year. Some of the things you like, some of the things you don't. Alright, thanks for watching.